So today we are going to the fields where we used to hang out. We basically used to come here every weekend, and our parents used to drop us off and just leave us to it. And I mean, I don't know if that's good parenting or bad parenting, or let's just say it made us the people we are. I don't even know who found this field as like the central point of where we'd hang out, but it just became a thing. And here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. Wow. This is so funny because obviously I'm sure everyone has like a place like this where I look over there and just like memories flood to me. You'll look over there and it'll just look like nothing. We used to come here and we basically used to congregate over by the bushes. You'd find some cheap vodka, maybe it'd be White Lightning. Yeah, anything you could find. I hope in some ways people aren't as reckless as we were, because basically we'd come down and it'd be like, well, whose night is it, just to get completely blackout drunk. Over there is the actual rugby club. We'd climb up there. Sometimes people would be playing football and people would just be hanging on the roof, just drinking. I mean, the thing is, weirdly, we felt safe here. And I think, I don't know why we hung out over there, but apart from the fact that maybe we could hide if the police came or something, which did happen, of course. But, you know, it really was like the moments that made our friends. And I still have a lot of those friends today. It was quite an incestuous bunch, you know? Everyone got with everyone. We were experimenting, let's say. I don't know, people didn't have girlfriends or boyfriends for very long. It got a bit weird in the end. I think that's also why some people just had to leave, because maybe there was no one else left. So sometimes you turn up a bit later than usual and it would be like, oh, that person's out for the night, and they'd just be like, just don't tell their parents, trying to sober them up before their parents come back. It's ridiculous. My best mate lived like over that way, and I actually stayed at his house for 3 weeks one summer. In the summer of '03, which is in the song 45. That is a particular summer that me and Ben remember fondly. One fateful afternoon, we ended up hearing like these gunshots flying at us. I don't know what kind of gun, but it felt like we were under siege. And that was the only time I remember everyone just ran for their lives, and like no one came back after that. I'm blaming my best mate, Ben. He's just a people pleaser, so he would just make friends with people you shouldn't. And just be like, yeah, come down, and like say they were just a bit rough around the edges. Just the coolest thing about back then is like you were just so excited to like be with your friends and just hang out. And it didn't matter that you were just doing nothing, you were just so excited to like be around each other. And I feel like as you get older, that gets in, you know, there's stuff that gets in the way of that. I mean, I still make a conscious effort, or my wife does, to organise stuff, and we still hang out, but like, I mean, all that mattered then was just being together and laughing and being there for each other. And I just think that was just an amazing time. I think the thing is, coming from different schools, we also felt like the outsiders. You know, back then it was very like tribal in terms of what you were into. You know, we'd get bullied within our schools based on what we were into. But when we were together, we felt like, indestructible. We felt like we could take on the world. When we were younger, and the days we didn't have alcohol, we'd basically hang out outside of that shop, asking any old person, probably about my age now, who would be so kind to buy us a bottle of something. Back in the day when we were discovering our music, the clothes we were wearing were basically all inspired by Blink. We were rocking the Dickies shorts, the Atticus t-shirts, the Macbeth t-shirts, Macbeth shoes. Obviously had dyed hair, straightened hair was a thing back then. Because this is so like secluded and you can't really see anyone walking in until they walk in, you know, the police would turn up, you would see some blue lights through there, but you'd sometimes, they'd just be, all of a sudden be here, and they'd be like, what are you guys doing here? Nothing. It's like, do you want to go home? And what we would do is, like, you know, everyone would just like slowly pick up their stuff, and like people just like disperse a little bit. All that would happen is people would go around the side and they go, right, here'll do. Even though I said I have a bad memory, I don't actually forget those people, their faces, their names. They're so ingrained in that part of my life. I don't know where a lot of them are. I hope everyone's doing great, and maybe one day we'll meet in a field somewhere else.
It's been a lifetime since you were here. You changed another one to me.